welcome to Bridgeloop, and today I want to take you through something really exciting. I've been vibe coding a lot faster these days because I'm just finding that in order to stay ahead of the competition, I need to be able to work at a certain pace. And I've been calmly working at a very slower pace, but in a recovery mode. So now I'm going to be working at a much higher pace, much quicker thought processes, and still be thorough and get a quality project out. My name's Andrea and I am the founder of EverjoyAi. I run an automation agency, but it's not just automations, it's predominantly vibe coding actually, video generation, image generation, and other AI agents connected to platforms like this one, Bridgeloop. So Bridgeloop is something I was thinking about, but I just vibe coded it yesterday because I saw demand and I'm learning to work fast, efficiently, and jumping on ideas at a rapid pace just because technology is moving so fast, and in order to keep up I need to be able to move at that pace and be fine with it. It's a new way of working. Obviously, AI agents, as you can tell, is sort of becoming more dominant in the workforce, with a lot of people being laid out in the States due to AI pretty much doing the same job as a lot of the employees there. But us as solopreneurs or people who have their own businesses, this could come in handy if you are wanting to be able to manage various AI agents working in parallel and being able to keep track of all your agents and go in between agent by agent, or have it all on one dashboard side by side, and then see where you're up to, work on like a little mini agent and then work on the next agent all at the same time, and be able to manage them properly. Because if you have so many terminals open and you're not quite sure what's happening, it's not giving you the last response. You can get lost in a sea of AI agents, and or you can give the wrong information to one agent and not know exactly what that terminal was for again, because you have to go through all the history of what you've prompted it as, or whatever you want to call it. So this is Bridgeloop. It bridges the gap between all your agents. It makes it more cohesive. It helps you understand how to keep the right context. It sort of enables you to stop one agent if it's not doing what you wanted to do, or redirect it. It has executive summaries of autonomous AI work, so you don't have to scroll through like 50 lines of chat histories to get to where you need to go. There's always real-time status indicators, so it tells you what this work stream is up to, where you need to go to without having to collect. It all works autonomously. And then it's an overview as well of all your active work flows, and then since the last time you touched the tracking. So it even could be like days which you just leave it working autonomously, and it just gives you summary reports as it keeps going. And then also I've added in an AI boardroom, because I find entrepreneurs don't really, unless they have mentors that they're constantly in touch with, they don't really have advisors per se. They may have role models or people who they aspire to, but they don't actually have advisors that can help them make a decision. So say for instance, as they're deliberating a decision, what you can do is set up your Claude Code to be able to find your top advisors that you would like as your advisor. Maybe it's people out there really giving out advice, but you want to collate that information and put it into virtual advisors, and enable it to give you, have it deliberate between all of the advisors and then give you an answer that they've all, like consensus, they've all come to because of the debates between them. So that's quite interesting in itself. You could actually have an whole platform just for that on itself, but I thought I'd add it into this because while your agents are working behind the scenes and you managing it, you can flip over to the boardroom and then you can, take that strategy plan that your agent has put together and then plug it into the boardroom meeting and then take it to the advisors to say, well, is this the best option, or is there another option, or can we go ahead with this, or would it be a better way of doing it? And then coming up with the final consensus after that, because then you've taken it through to higher authority than you, so that oversees some of the things that you've been working on. And then critical part is always knowing the most important decision that needs to be in the input right now. So basically, with all these agents all working simultaneously, it can be chaos, and so we're trying to find the pathway to clarity, from chaos to clarity. And this is the best way of doing it because it prioritizes what you should be working on as the most important decision in the decision making process. So once you've taken it from the AI agents to the boardroom, it then kind of says, well, this is what you need to action straight away because it's the most important. So enough chitter chatter, let me just take you through the dashboard and get you started here. So this is the dashboard. This is a pretty straightforward dashboard, and it shows you all the thread matrix. The thread matrix is all the different agents working. So you can see here, this is the cold outreach agent. It shows you where you've left off. It shows you what the action required from you. You can snooze it and come back to it if you don't feel like it's going to be moving forward. Here we have sent 142 emails from approved sequence, and then the critical part, review and approve the 3 warm reply follow-ups before leads go cold. So you can see this is sort of like the cold outreach agent working. Here you have maybe a demo bowl that you working on with an agent, and that's running autonomously, and then there's no blocker or anything that's kind of stopping that from moving forward. And then it says the next human checkpoints in 2 hours. You can come back to it in 2 hours while it's working overnight or whatever it is. And then this is the market intel, so maybe you're doing some market research, and it shows you the 5 competitors, and then it shows you one of your competitors did a huge announcement that you had to be updated on. And then the critical paths, review the competitors' pivot news and decide if it changes your positioning strategy. So maybe your competitors are all doing X, but you want to do Y. And then the content engine. So this is sort of maybe you got one agent doing some research and coming up with social media strategies or blog contents, or just depending on what you do. Maybe you have a whole strategy for LinkedIn, and this agent helps you write contextual well-researched content for LinkedIn, so that can help you there. And then maybe it needed some more for personal touch, because they're saying now LinkedIn's moving more towards having a bit more personality and not so much it being very business orientated, so that people get to know you a little bit more, because as you know, it's know, like and trust. So if they don't know you, it's very hard for people to start liking you or trusting you. So that's where the personal anecdotes come in, and that's why it's sort of blocked at this stage. And then investor prep, this is just to get make sure everything's up to standard. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going for investment, but it sort of just helps you understand what you need to be able to be at that level, that standard. And yeah, so that's the action required. Choose narrative angle for pitch deck. So if, say for instance, you are refining a pitch deck so that you don't have any holes in your business plan, or in your strategy. And so it helps you create that pitch deck using the AI agents. Now the AI agents are actually Claude Code, and they are hooked up through Claude, and it's connected to your Superbase database. So that's the common denominator here. And yeah, so then everything that happens here is actually connected to Claude, and so then you can sort of toggle between the two, but mainly you want to use this dashboard because it makes it easier and simpler to manage, and you can see all your agents all in one place, and it gives you a brief summary as well in plain language and not a markdown. So then we can go to the boardroom, and this is the basic placeholders for what I've done so far. Thinking of making it a little bit more complex, but this is the simple prototype. And basically I've put in strategist, operator, innovator, financer, the customer champion, the contrarian, the visionary. So these people sit on the board, and you can create your own MD or markdown files, or you can pull it from the internet depending on who you want as a visionary. Say for instance your visionary is Richard Branson, or one of the top entrepreneurs, and you want to contextualize it using his book. Maybe he has deep insights in his book that you want the Claude Code agent to reference, and then he is your visionary, and then you use the MD markdown files from Claude Code to give you that advice. And then maybe the strategist is, maybe you want somebody very good at personal branding, or like David Priestley, or maybe you want someone good at finance like JD Fox, or maybe you want an innovator like Elon Musk. So all of these people can sit on the board, and you can see how their minds work and how to innovate. It's not so much having their exact vision. I mean, obviously you have your vision. Say for instance a champion can be Melanie from Canva, and maybe you quite like the fact that she's very into philanthropy work, but maybe you want to pivot slightly and be more specific in exactly what it is in the philanthropy work that you want to do. Or maybe it's nature conservation. Maybe that's something that you want to work towards as part of your business. And then you can have like maybe contrarian thinker that's on the board as well, that are also like the Greens Party, but kind of giving you, well, what is the downside of this if we go ahead with it. So it's kind of like high level thinking, and it's making you accountable to high level thinking in the sense that all your decisions go through this board, and it helps you understand how business can impact the world as well around us. It takes you out of that tunnel vision where you can see a bird's eye view over everything, and not just the frog in the pond analogy. So yeah, so that's basically Bridgeloop. I hope you found it quite insightful. I'm still working on the voice agent side of it here. I have a voice command, but I'll just need to program that in, and then you can hear the different board members talking amongst each other, and it makes it quite interesting. Maybe then I'll have like their photos or whatever on there, so you can brings it to life. I'm not sure whether I want to go ahead with that, but that's kind of where it's at the moment. And I hope that's all that I wanted to show you, and that you found some kind of insight out of it, and that you can contact me if you're finding it interesting, and if there's something that piques your interest, or if you want more information on, you can just DM message, or you can email me. Have a lovely day, and thank you for listening.